Okay, so what do you do when you've got a negative experience with a team member who's wanted to have a bit of a whinge, you've wanted to have a bit of a snipe, and things just aren't really feeling good? Let me just put some context around this. Had a client just give me a quick call. Really, I guess, despondent is probably the best way of putting it. Team member not performing, not needing to go into too many details right here, but the fact of the matter is there was one particular thing that needed to be done last week. It's quite simple, had several hours to get it done, probably 45-minute task, maybe an hour, had 2.5 odd hours on the diary to do it, didn't get it done, and team member doesn't really see a problem with it. My client, the business owner, not really too happy about it, just gave me a quick call. Simply put, I could talk for hours on this topic. We've got particular systems and models that we put into place. Obviously, we want to be able to talk about leadership, not just management. We want to talk about the right leverage. You want to put the right accountability. You want to talk about team meetings, one-on-one, focus sheets, all that. But you know what? Park that to the side. Here's the thing that you need to do right now to get on top of it. You just need to deal like a 1-minute manager. Great book. If you haven't read it, go and read it. Ken Blanchard, Spencer Johnson, fantastic. Made 30 odd years ago, best management book ever done. But here's the thing, all you need to do is do this. Just one, confront it for what it is. Just do like a 1-minute reprimand or 1-minute redirect. It's just literally, hey, you know what? I thought we decided last week that we were going to be able to get this done and this done for these reasons. Is that what you heard? Because I'm pretty sure that's what I was under the understanding of. They've got no choice but to either say no, right? And if they said no and it is legitimate, it's probably just because you guys didn't match expectations of the outcome last week. So maybe there is some learnings there that you need to work on as the manager or the leader and owner in that situation, right? But most of the time, they're going to have no choice but to, little ant just jumped off. Ow, and bit me. Do like a 1-minute reprimand. You need to just get the parameters straight around what was actually said. Because if your fundamental understanding was this was going to get done in this allocation of time because of these reasons and everyone agreed, then there shouldn't be really an issue. You know what? Most of the time, what happens in health and medical businesses is that people don't confront anything that's perceived to be negative. And if they do, they might do it in a really accusational way. And that is the worst thing you can possibly do. All there needs to be is a simple question of accountability based around the fact that, look, my understanding last week was that we were going to do this, you were going to do the following in this time, this was going to be the outcome. Is that not what you thought as well? It basically puts someone in a position where they have to either completely play below the line and make an excuse, blame, lie, or, excuse me, they have to actually step up and say, yep, and they're going to either give you an excuse, which again you can work through, or they have to step up and actually be accountable for their actions, or in this case, the inaction. So guys, it's as simple as that. The very first step, and the only thing you need to think about right now is when that happens, not if, because it's always going to happen at different times, right? Just suck it up, get over it, it's part of life, part of business. Just know to redirect and put an accountability-based question in place, which is nice, it's not passive-aggressive, it's just literally looking to map what you agreed to and the timeline and the outcome from when you had that discussion, the week before, in this case with my client. And the vast majority of the time, people will take ownership and they'll actually be accountable for what they did or didn't do. And it's very, very easy to then put the parameters in place by saying, okay, great. So when can I expect that done? Like what do we need to do from here? Is there anything the business can do to help you out? Is there anything I can do to help out the scenario? When can we look to have this done? And what we do is we just then spend 20 to 30 seconds reinforcing the guidelines as to what we're doing, the outcome, the time frames, who's accountable, and making sure that you're very clear. And finishing up with something as simple as, just so that we're really clear, what I'm expecting is this, 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 and this. And is that what you heard? Like, are you and I clear on that? And that's all. Nice and simple, nice and easy. You're not being rude, you're not being critical or anything. It's just nice and simple, and you'll get massively more movement forward with team cohesion, more efficiency, more effectiveness, more things will get done as a net result, more people will be accountable. And you won't have to go through the challenges that my clients had to go through today and have that little bit of that despondent finish today. Hope that helps. Step one, confront it for what it is, make it about accountability, make it like a 1 minute reprimand, realign, make sure you've got the right things in place, communication's clear, and things will solve from there. Have a great afternoon.